Hi folks, so the question we have in front of us here today, guys, is a last little bit on angles here, okay? It's from your World of Graphics textbook and it is on page 42. So it says here, a wildlife sanctuary logo is shown here. Several angles and parallel lines are used in the logo's design. Reproduce the logo to the given dimensions. Okay, so this question, guys, involves the use of obviously a protractor, and we're also going to have to do a little bit of sliding set squares in some of the angles, I'd imagine, where we have parallel lines, okay? So starting off this question, guys, it does not give us an overall height of it. It does give us these little heights here at the side, okay, where we can locate this point, and so forth. But it does not give us the overall height, so we're going to have to work that out. But it does give us the overall length of it from left to right, and it's telling us it's 32 plus 38, which is 70, plus 38 plus 32, which is another 70. So the overall length is actually 140 millimeters. And also then we can actually see that this exterior angle here, okay, is 58 degrees, and it's 58 on the opposite side. And where that cuts through the 32 going upwards, okay, that will actually give us this point here. And when we have that point there, we can clearly then measure up 16, 18 and 22 to get the overall size of our box then, okay, for this to fit inside, okay. So I'm going to start with that there, guys, and I'll come back to the little page here again, okay, starting with that. So as you can see, I've already done my line, marked as 32, 38, 38 and 32. So at that point there, I am actually going to project up a line here on the outside. Okay, I don't exactly know how far I need it yet, so I'm just having a rough guess. Remember, these are construction lines. Okay, and also at this point here and this point here, we have to do an exterior angle of 58 degrees. So as best I can, trying to keep it neat and tidy, making sure I'm zeroed in on the edges. So 58 from the point, so 0 up to 50, 58 there. Be happy with that. And then with the 58 there, project up my angle. Now, having done that at this side, I know it's the exact same at the opposite side. So rather than actually using my protractor over here and going 58 that way, I can just, where this point is here, I can simply transfer it across like that. Okay, make a little mark there, very easy. And that's that bit done on that side. Very handy, okay? Now, I know the central line goes all the way up to the top, so I'll put that in now as well. And from this point here, okay, I'm now going to measure up 16, 18 and 22, okay? So I'll do it actually on this side, 16, 18 and 22. So I'll start off with 16. So there's my 16. 16 plus 18 is actually 34. And 34 plus 22 is 54, 56. Just a little bit of maths there. Obviously you could measure these individually. So at those points there, I am now going to do lines across. Okay, just make sure from the 16, yes. So from the 16, we'll do a line across there lightly. The exact same with this one. And then this is the overall height of it here now. So we have the overall height of it there off of that one. So you can see here I didn't need this little bit of line, this bit or this bit. Okay, they were construction lines at the start. So starting off, just to give us a little bit of a reference, I'll start heavying in some of the information I know I'm allowed to. Heavy in this line. This one. This one, okay, and at that point then, okay, before we work on to the kind of winged parts, okay, we'll see, I'll just bring the sheet back there. So we can see I've actually heavied in this line, from here to here, and this line. Now I'm going to work on this little bit here, okay, this bit up here, alright. And to work on that, what we're going to actually do is we're going to have an angle from this point here once again, and it's going to be 72 degrees that way. And we can see it here, 72 and 72. And that's going all the way to the top. I won't heavy them in just yet because I can see here there's obviously a little kind of bit here. It's obviously based on some bird, okay, where the beak comes out. Okay, so 72 degrees as well. So using that, 72 degrees. So it's going to be 72 degrees reading this way, on this side, 72 there, and then I'll read it the other way. From the other point, came over here, so it's 72 this way. So reading it this way. So 72 there. Okay, and they will travel all the way to the top. Okay, happy with that. And the exact same on this side. Happy with that. Once again, construction lines, do not put them in heavy yet. Now, the next point on this question, guys, just to show you this here, bring this back up. Okay, and it's this little bit on the outside. Okay, so we're going to focus on the wings now. So on the wings, okay, we have this line here, and we have this point, okay, and it's telling us that this angle in here, telling us that it is 18 degrees, okay. So from that point there, I'm going to go up at an angle of 18 degrees, all right, and I'm going to do the exact same at this side here, 18 degrees, okay. So that's my next port of call. So using my protractor, I'm going to put the protractor on it this way this time. You can see that I have it zeroed here and here, okay, because I know it's on the lines and I know I'm accurate. And I'm going to mark 18 degrees, so 10, 20, so it's back 2 from 20. Okay, I'll draw that in. That will go up to the second line there. I only need it as far as the second line. Okay, actually I'm going to need it, just looking down at the question, I'll need it up to there because that will be a reference for my beak in a minute. And I'm going to do the exact same here. Okay, 18 degrees. Now, I could do 18 there just to show you, and I will. Okay, so there's my 18. And if we have our compasses with us, if you have your compass with you as well, because the drawing is symmetrical, okay, in most parts, a way of actually getting that angle there as well is the gap in here. What I could do is, I have the exact measurement from there to there. I could, if I wanted, take that distance there on my compass, and from the opposite side, I could mark it like that as well. Okay, and you can see where it's hitting on the line, and technically, if this point here should go through it, and they should match up, and we can see that they do, so I know that's right. So there's two ways you could have done that once you had it done on one side. Okay. Now, the next part here is I'm actually going to heavy in a little bit more information, because I know these 18 degree lines are heavy up as far as that point right there where the line goes across, and it's the same at the opposite side. Okay, so heavy in that. I know, I'll get into this one now as well. I know this one goes heavy the whole way to the top there, and now just for focusing on the beak, and this is where we can get the beak portion. I'll just bring this back so we can see it again. On the beak, we have this point up here. We have this point now. Okay, so I can literally connect that across here like that. And then we have this point in here. Okay, and I can connect that one up to here, which I found as well. Okay, that's why I continued on the line. And that will help us locate the beak there. Okay, so very important. I'm going to connect this point to this point, just so we can see it there. So this point, as I said, to this point up here, not the middle one, but this one. So them two there. Okay, having connected those two, I am now going to connect from the middle up to here. Just make sure you read the right points. And what we've actually got there now is the beak. Okay, the beak is completed. Okay, so I'll just heavy in as much detail there as I need to. So heavy in this line, and now I'm going to heavy in my beak. And there's my beak bit, okay, on the top of it. And now the very next part, okay, and this isn't too hard here, but at this point here, alright, at this point right here, what we're going to do at this point right here is we're going to connect it over to this. And what it's actually telling us there is from this point here that that angle in there Okay, that angle in here is 90 degrees, perpendicular, okay? Very, very easy. Now another way you could have done that was a little bit of sliding set squares, where you could have put your set square along this line, okay? You put your set square along that line there, and then what I'm actually going to do is just put my other set square underneath it. I'm going to rotate it a little bit that way, and I can bring it down, and we'll just see our accuracy if that's correct. That doesn't look too bad, it's probably out a little bit. But there we go, and I'm happy with that. It's 90 degrees there, okay? Now, at this point, what we are going to do next, alright, is we are going to fill in, and I'll just put these up here so you can see it, the last little bits, okay, because we've done all of these portions. We have to just get this line in here, this line in here, this line in here. Okay, and we have these points, but what we're going to do is a little bit of sliding set squares. So we have this line now, we're going to copy that over this here, and once we've drawn this one, we're going to copy them, and that'll be the question done. Okay, last little bit actually is just, you can see these little bits that are attached onto the wing. I'll put them in a minute. Okay, so we get that bit done there now, and that'll be the question complete. So using sliding set squares, and I'll zoom out so you can see that a little bit better. So there we go. So from this point here, okay, and then this point here, and very easy at this point. Then what we can do is connect this one up to this one, and hopefully this will all work out, and it's looking like it is. Yeah, I'm happy with those. Okay, so that's that bit done there, guys, and I'll zoom back in there. As you can see, it's all kind of matching up. Happy with that, and I'll heavy in my detail, so I know that's heavy into there, heavy into there, heavy to there. I'll do the same with the other side. Okay, and this last little bit then, I know, just to get a little bit on the wing, doesn't tell us a height actually, it's a little bit frustrating. Just looking at the drawing there, guys. So from here we project upwards like that. Do the same with the opposite side. Okay, and then guys, so as you can see, we've just drawn the line up here. Okay, as you can see also, I've edited the video there. I made a slight error on the first time I did this, so I've just gone over that, guys. Where I thought basically it was coming from here if I looked at the question properly, okay, because we're missing these little kind of winged bits in here. So if we look at the question, guys, I previously made a mistake when I was looking at the question, and once we found this point here and this point here by projecting up, okay, and up from these corners, I thought it was coming from here. If I looked at the question properly, I thought it was coming from here across, and we connected up, whereas it's actually not. You can see there's a little gap there, but if I looked at it properly, I would have realized that this edge here is parallel to this edge, and vice versa over here. So that's how you complete it there. Okay, so just want to get the rest of that done. So just using a little bit of sliding set squares. I'll try and be as neat and tidy as possible now. Okay, so using sliding set squares, going to line it up with this edge, and haven't found that point there, okay, because originally I was coming to about here, whereas it's actually in here. Small difference, but it is important nonetheless. Okay, so that's that bit done there, and I'll do the exact same with the opposite side. And there we go. Okay, just make sure you do it from the right point. And there we go, guys. That is the question completed there, guys. try and get that done if you can, guys. A little bit in that, just a bit of sliding set squares and a use of a protractor, okay? And that should finish us off with the chapter on angles. Okay.